AITA for stopping my boyfriend from cheating. I too have found myself in a difficult situation when I discovered that my boyfriend 30 meters was on the verge of cheating on me. Let's call my boyfriend Alex. Alex and I had been in a committed relationship for 3 years, and I thought everything was going well until I stumbled upon some suspicious messages on his phone. Feeling uneasy, I decided to investigate further and found evidence that Alex had been flirting with another woman online and making plans to meet up with her behind my back. Shocked and devastated, I confronted Alex about his actions, and he initially denied everything. However, when faced with the evidence, he reluctantly admitted to his wrongdoing but claimed that it was a moment of weakness and that he still loved me. Despite his apology, I couldn't shake off the feeling of betrayal and hurt. I knew that I couldn't trust Alex anymore, but a part of me still wanted to salvage our relationship. I believed that deep down, he was a good person who had made a mistake, and I was willing to give him another chance if he was willing to change his ways. Determined to prevent Alex from cheating and save our relationship, I decided to take drastic measures. I suggested couples counseling to address the underlying issues in our relationship and improve communication. I also made it clear to Alex that if he wanted to regain my trust, he would need to cut off all contact with the other woman and be completely transparent with me moving forward. At first, Alex was resistant to the idea of counseling and accused me of overreacting. He argued that his actions weren't that serious and that I was blowing things out of proportion. However, I stood my ground and made it clear that I wouldn't tolerate any further dishonesty or betrayal. Eventually, Alex agreed to attend counseling sessions with me, and over time, we were able to work through our issues and rebuild trust in our relationship. He cut off all contact with the other woman and made a sincere effort to prioritize our relationship and address his own shortcomings. Despite the challenges we faced, I'm proud to say that our relationship is stronger than ever now. While the journey wasn't easy, I'm glad that I took a stand against cheating and fought to save my relationship with Alex. However, I can't help but wonder if I was the asshole for giving him another chance instead of walking away from the relationship altogether.
Let's get to the comments.
You are definitely not the asshole for taking steps to prevent your boyfriend from cheating and for fighting to save your relationship. Discovering that a partner is on the verge of cheating can be incredibly painful and challenging to navigate. Your decision to address the issue head-on, suggest counseling, and set clear boundaries shows maturity and a commitment to resolving conflicts in a relationship. It's natural to have doubts and questions about whether giving your boyfriend another chance was the right decision. However, it's important to acknowledge that relationships are complex and there is no one-size-fits-all solution. What matters is that you acted in accordance with your values and made the best decision for yourself at the time. Ultimately, only you can determine what is best for your well-being and happiness.
Next comment.
No, you're not the asshole for taking steps to address the situation and giving your boyfriend another chance. You showed strength and compassion by confronting him about his behavior and setting clear boundaries for the relationship. It's understandable that you wanted to salvage the relationship given your history together and your belief in his potential to change. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide what's best for your well-being and happiness, and it seems like you made a thoughtful and courageous decision to work through the challenges together.
Next story.
AITA for confronting my coworker about their unprofessional behavior. I too have found myself in a challenging situation at work when I had to address the unprofessional behavior of my coworker. Let's call them Tom 35 meters. Tom and I have been working together on a project for several months, and while we initially got along well, I began to notice some concerning patterns in his behavior. Tom had a tendency to procrastinate on his tasks, miss deadlines, and make excuses for his shortcomings. His lack of accountability and reliability not only affected our project's progress, but also created tension and frustration within our team. Despite my attempts to address the issue diplomatically, Tom seemed indifferent to the impact of his behavior on our work and continued to prioritize his personal interests over professional responsibilities. After several instances of missed deadlines and last-minute excuses from Tom, I reached my breaking point. Frustrated and fed up with his unprofessionalism, I decided to confront him about his behavior once and for all. I approached Tom and calmly expressed my concerns, explaining how his actions were affecting our project and our team's morale. To my surprise, Tom reacted defensively and dismissed my concerns, claiming that I was overreacting and being too critical of his work. He argued that he had his own way of doing things and didn't appreciate me questioning his methods. Feeling frustrated by his response, I stood my ground and reiterated the importance of professionalism and accountability in the workplace. Despite my efforts to address the issue constructively, the conversation only escalated into a heated argument, with both of us exchanging harsh words and accusations. In the end, we reached an impasse, unable to find common ground or come to a resolution about the issue. Now, I'm left questioning whether I was the asshole for confronting my coworker about their unprofessional behavior. While I believe my concerns were valid and justified, I can't help but wonder if I could have handled the situation differently and avoided the conflict altogether.
Let's get to the comments.
In this scenario, you are not the asshole for confronting your coworker about their unprofessional behavior. As a member of the team, it's your responsibility to address issues that impact the project's progress and team morale. You approached the situation calmly and expressed your concerns in a professional manner, which is commendable. Your coworker's defensive reaction and dismissal of your concerns only further validate the need for the conversation. While it's unfortunate that the discussion escalated into a heated argument, it's important to stand up for what you believe is right and communicate openly about workplace issues. Moving forward, it might be helpful to involve a supervisor or mediator to facilitate a constructive conversation and find a resolution to the issue. Additionally, continuing to emphasize the importance of professionalism and accountability in the workplace can help prevent similar conflicts in the future. Overall, addressing unprofessional behavior is necessary for maintaining a healthy work environment and ensuring the success of the team.
Next comment.
Navigating conflicts in the workplace can be tricky, especially when addressing unprofessional behavior. It sounds like you approached the situation with a reasonable concern for maintaining professionalism and productivity in your team. However, the key question here is whether your confrontation with Tom was handled appropriately. Confronting a coworker about their behavior can be uncomfortable, but it's often necessary to address issues that impact work performance and team dynamics. From your description, it seems like you approached Tom in a calm and respectful manner, expressing your concerns about how his actions were affecting the project and the team. Tom's defensive reaction and dismissal of your concerns may indicate that he's not receptive to feedback or accountability. However, escalating the situation into a heated argument might have exacerbated tensions and hindered the possibility of finding a resolution. In retrospect, it's worth considering if there were alternative approaches to addressing the issue with Tom. Perhaps involving a manager or HR representative could have provided a more neutral and structured environment for discussing the problem and finding solutions. Ultimately, the goal should be to address unprofessional behavior while maintaining professionalism and respect for all parties involved. Reflecting on how the confrontation unfolded and considering alternative approaches for addressing similar situations in the future can help navigate workplace conflicts more effectively.